In a world where our body's subtle cues often go unnoticed, the precursory whispers of an oncoming stroke need not be a silent alarm. Dive with us into understanding the precursor signs of a stroke detectable up to a month before it strikes. Join us for a video that unveils the top 9 signs of an oncoming stroke, an indispensable guide in the busy walk of life. It's an invitation to slow down, listen to your body, and educate yourself about these crucial warnings. Take this chance to learn about the early warnings of a stroke that can be spotted up to 30 days in advance. More than just protecting your collective well-being, it's an act of self-love. Share and explore this video to empower yourself and others to grasp these vital signs and promote a joyful, healthy life. 1. Elevated blood pressure. Elevated blood pressure, or hypertension, is a leading known risk factor for strokes. Visualize blood pressure as the gentle force of your blood nudging against your artery walls during circulation, powered by your heart's steady beat. Normally, blood pressure is pegged at around 120/80, but numbers consistently above 140/90 signal high blood pressure. This issue goes beyond mere numbers. It's a subtle hint that our circulatory system, including the pathways to our brain, is under duress. Let's discuss the link between high blood pressure and strokes. High blood pressure can weaken vessel walls and accelerate other heart conditions. Tiny clots or plaques may dislodge, obstructing cerebral circulation, which is alarming. Remember, elevated blood pressure ups the risk of stroke, calling us to monitor our health. And why does elevated blood pressure arise? It's complex, involving genetics, age, lifestyle factors like obesity, alcohol, tobacco, diabetes, and a high-salt diet. But there's a silver lining. Managing blood pressure can be within our control. Consistent monitoring and lifestyle adjustments are crucial. Regular medical consultations and proactive lifestyle alterations can significantly influence your blood pressure. 2. Persistent fatigue, a chronic sense of exhaustion, could subtly signal an impending stroke. It warrants a second glance. Digging deeper reveals connections between persistent fatigue and stroke risk. It's not just about weariness. It's a signal something might be amiss. Inadequate sleep plays a significant role here, straining the body's equilibrium. Stress is also a silent player, stealthily undermining health. An imbalanced diet can disrupt your inner balance, potentially heightening stroke risk. 3. Visual disturbances. Visual disturbances can serve as subtle clues pointing to a possible stroke. They act as the body's silent alert that cerebral blood flow may be compromised. With vision, various symptoms warrant vigilance. Difficulty focusing, seeing double or partial to complete vision loss in one or both eyes can all be part of the body's alert system. Our bodies are exceptional communicators, often dispatching signals of distress that we might overlook. 4. One of the most urgent signals are the intense headaches that abruptly seize us. These aren't just any ordinary headaches. They can be a prelude to something more serious, if accompanied by other symptoms. A plethora of headache types exist, ranging from tension headaches to the piercing pain of migraines, down to the pressure of sinusitis. But when a severe headache emerges alongside other symptoms, it's a coded message from your body, potentially indicative of an imminent stroke. Swiftly decoding and acting upon these signals is crucial, as they may offer us a chance to mitigate the risk of a debilitating stroke. 5. When we speak of numbness or weakness in the limbs, these sensations aren't fleeting. They demand our attention due to their association with stroke indicators. The usual culprits, such as pinched nerves, the stiffness of arthritis, or the persistent ache of carpal tunnel syndrome, are familiar. Yet, when numbness or weakness align with strokes, there lies an undercurrent we must seek to understand. Our bodies present us with these clues, not to be ignored, but to compel us to take definitive action, particularly when they align with other stroke-related signs. 6. Struggles with speech can be an ominous forewarning of a stroke. When words falter, when speech becomes a labyrinth of stuttering and slurring, or the right words seem just out of reach, these are critical signals. It's a complex dance between the brain and the muscles of speech, and when they're out of sync, it's an alarm bell of the risk of stroke. Heeding these signals is paramount, for they represent your body's own mechanism of warning and urging immediate attention. 7. Memory challenges often creep upon us subtly, masked as mere signs of aging. Yet, a study from Erasmus University Rotterdam published in Stroke draws our attention to the deeper implications. This study links memory lapses with a marked increase in stroke risk, particularly for individuals with a higher level of education, suggesting that these slips of memory could be early warnings of a stroke. This revolutionary perspective indicates that such cognitive disturbances, rather than being mere aftermaths of a stroke, could indeed be predictive of such an event. 8. Balance disturbances are another significant herald of potential strokes. The brain houses a sophisticated center tasked with harmonizing our sensory experiences and physical responses to ensure smooth, coordinated movement. When this intricate system falters, balance is disrupted. A myriad of factors, including the intricacies of the inner ear, muscle strength, or even adverse effects from medications, can precipitate this imbalance. Recognizing a loss of balance as a stroke indicator is vital, as it reflects possible disruptions within the brain's coordination faculties. Together, these signs form a mosaic of alerts that our body uses to communicate the possibility of a stroke. They are not merely symptoms to be cataloged and dismissed, but are part of a larger conversation with our health. A conversation that demands recognition, understanding, and action. As we become more attuned to the language of our bodies, we empower ourselves not just to respond to health crises, but to engage in preventative care that could have life-altering implications. Vestibular disorders, which are disruptions in the inner ear's functioning, can send the brain incorrect information about our body's position, leading to a compromised sense of balance. When our muscles are weak, possibly due to various health conditions, they falter in their role to keep us steady and responsive to movement, which is critical for maintaining equilibrium. Moreover, certain medications might introduce side effects that adversely affect balance by inducing sensations of dizziness, sleepiness, or sudden changes in blood pressure, all of which can significantly raise the risk of falls and balance issues. It's essential to acknowledge that these causes do not operate in isolation but can interact with each other, amplifying the risk of balance problems. 9. Nausea and vomiting are not mere discomforts. They can be early warnings of a potential stroke, particularly due to their association with compromised blood flow to the brain. The brain's dependency on a consistent and regulated blood supply is well known, and when this supply is hindered, as can happen during a stroke, a range of neurological symptoms including nausea and vomiting may ensue. These symptoms are a reaction to the brain's attempt to adjust to the change in blood flow and the subsequent effect on its functioning. The brain's precise control over bodily functions extends to the digestive system, which can be thrown into disarray when the brain's blood supply is interrupted, prompting the nausea and vomiting reflexes as the body strives to restore balance. These symptoms are multifaceted in their origins, and it's important to differentiate them from other causes when considering them as signs of stroke. For example, food poisoning, which irritates the stomach lining, can trigger nausea and vomiting, as can viral infections that provoke the body to expel toxins. Motion sickness, a result of mismatched sensory information from the eyes and the inner ear, can also lead to these symptoms. Currently, evidence for pre-stroke symptoms manifesting months before an actual event is not concrete. Nonetheless, a spectrum of well-documented risk factors including high blood pressure, smoking, diabetes, elevated cholesterol, and cardiovascular conditions markedly increase the likelihood of a stroke. Proactive management of these conditions and a commitment to a healthy lifestyle are crucial in lowering one's stroke risk. In instances where acute and severe symptoms such as difficulties with speech, sudden numbness or weakness in the face, arm, or leg, or an intense headache emerge, immediate medical evaluation is critical. Such occurrences are potential stroke indicators, demanding prompt and decisive medical intervention. We appreciate your attention to the educational video we've shared. Should you find this information valuable, we encourage you to share it with friends and family who might also benefit from this knowledge on stroke prevention. Please consider liking and subscribing to our channel to stay updated with the latest health and nutrition information.